This week we're going to talk about selecting the right paddle. So this is the most important aspect of really, even more so than probably the board choice, because your paddle is going to stay with you for a lot longer than probably your board will. So the first thing that you should do is look at paddle manufacturers. Now, for me personally, we need to buy a paddle from a paddle manufacturer. So there's ZRE, as you can see here, you've got Quick Blade, you've got Kialoa. Now these all have a great heritage in paddle making. Nothing else, that's all they do. So all their technology, all their product and design goes into making paddles. So that makes sense to buy a good quality paddle. So we're now going to dissect the paddle. So what is your paddle made up of? So paddle's made up of your blade, the shaft, and the handle, okay? They all come in slightly different makeups depending on what brand that you actually buy. So there's about 3 different handles you can get. T-section handle, there's a palm grip, which one this is, okay? The shafts become in very different tapers. So with the shaft here, you can see it's very slightly tapered up towards the handle. This will improve the flex of the shaft. And you've also got an oval shaft. So it's more ergonomic for the palm of your hand, and so also when you're gripping onto the shaft, okay? So the aspects of the blade that we're going to have a look at. So going through the shaft, through the neck of the shaft into the blade here. Then it goes onto your shoulders of the blade. Then it goes all the way down to the tip, okay? You've obviously got the front face of the blade and the power face of the blade. You've also got a slight spooning of the end of the tip here. So this will flatten out as soon as you apply the pressure on the blade. You've also got a dihedral, but this allows air and water to spill off the side on entry and on exit phases. What we're going to look at is making sure the blade size is right and also the paddle height is right. If you're smaller, lighter, go with a smaller blade. It's more efficient, less fatiguing. If I just show you the different examples here, there's 2 blades here. One is a lot smaller, and also a lot shorter. Look at the area difference between there. Look at the shoulders, it's more high aspect on the left than the right, all right? And for a smaller person, you want a smaller blade. For a height aspect, I started off at about 210 centimeters, so 2.1 meters. I'm now down at 1.94 meters. The rule of thumb, and there are many ways that we can look at this, paddle sizes in terms of height are getting smaller for the elite paddlers every year. The only thing you've got to think about is actually if you have a tapered shaft, the lower you go, you take more taper out, which makes the shaft stiffer, okay? So that might affect your shoulder. So therefore you want to look at strength and conditioning and paddle conditioning for that to make sure that you're in pretty good condition and in good shape. Paddle height should be around 6 to 10% of your height. So I'm 1.75 centimeters on a good day. So 10% of that would be 17.5 centimeters higher than my height. And it does get a little bit shorter each year. And you do find the benefits. Remember I said earlier on, the shorter the paddle, the quicker you can turn it over. And you do want that ability to go through the gears. Thanks for watching. If you've got any comments or suggestions you want to make or anything that we want to cover in the future, then just let us know.